From 2016, U.S. presidential candidate for the GOP was invited to go to Mexico and meet with the Mexican government. He did, and despite agitators, looked presidential and spoke with a presidential voice. Meanwhile, Hillary is laying low, not able to address the corruption concerns of many exposed by Wikileaks. Meanwhile, in Australia, the ALP have exposed Turnbull's weakness, almost forcing the government to launch a senseless inquiry into banking profits. If the ALP had their way, banks would not profit in Australia. Think about what that means. Without banks, or with weak banks, investment dries up. But the ALP were able to do it because Turnbull campaigned badly and lost the Conservative majority and weakened the Senate. ALP passed useless bills in the Senate, and when they got the numbers in the lower house, attempted to pass them through the lower house too. Politicians had left early to fly home. With a majority of one, that can happen. The Senate is a joke, and under Malcolm Turnbull, the Conservatives are weak. For some, at the moment, the Sex Party has more credibility. From 2015, Dyson Hayden's ruling is tight, unassailably tight. The only legal way forward for the ALP is to agitate for change while claiming they haven't read the ruling. Bill Shorten is isolated within his own party in his opposition to a free trade agreement with China. Obama encouraged post-PM Rudd to international activism, Hillary's email reveals. Fairfax jihad on Conservative government continues, Immigration Minister Peter Dutton says. There are no drowning islands in the world. Peter Costello writes and illustrates the point that elected officials are better than public servants at addressing public concerns. And Shorten seems to have used superannuation cash from a union fund for election purposes.